right? I was going to wait for someone to come on before I start. But you know what? Let me just go ahead and do it. So I started a live stream last time, like about a minute ago, but I did not have the power on. So the power should be working now. Hmm. Can I see I have a viewer? Can you tell me if you can hear me? They couldn't hear me on the last stream, but no one told me, so I didn't know. So can you guys hear me? Can you hear me before I start? You should be able to. Can you guys hear me? Can someone leave a comment and let me know if you can hear me? Hello. Okay, good. Thank you, Latasha. I appreciate that. Thank you. So yeah, I wanted to come on. So in 10 minutes, I am doing my ancestral manifestation circle. So I had such a good results with this. I want to tell you guys what it's about, and I'm doing it now in my ancestral power mastery. So in these circles, I have found they're really powerful. So I will introduce it in the way that I was taught. And it's going to be a bit ceremonial. So I encourage anyone of you guys who have been struggling with any manifestation, come to this training, because when we hold the circle, we invite our healthy ancestors in, and they've actually taught me how to invite them in a way. Um, Okay, thank you, Raina. Thank you. They taught me actually how to do it ceremonially, because you got to understand, my ancestors have really got one of the ones who got me to this place, because they're just like, if twice, 3 times a week, I'm just getting knowledge and knowledge and knowledge. So it will be a little bit more formal. We do have a drum ceremony to invite them in. Not does it only work with my ancestors, with everyone else. So it really is a circle. Not only within that circle, we do a group visualizations, but we also invite the ancestors in. And whenever we do that, that's actually really fun, because they do all these. So they start teaching everyone else all these different ancient techniques that we've never seen before. And it's just a really, really beautiful energy. And then after that, we're going to talk about the receiving aspect of manifestation, which is there's many different parts that we incorporate to quicken our manifestations, but we're going to be focusing on gratitude tonight, and what role and how that actually helps magnifies and open your heart chakra when you do this. It's sort of like the currency of the spiritual world to receive more of what we're looking. So you have the shifting with the ceremony, we have the group visualizations and abundance. And then on top of that, we have the shifting of our own work to do it. And so I just found that also when we do the ceremony with the ancestors, what happens that each of our individual ancestors sort of come together, and it's like our powers are amplified times 1,000. So because of free will, they can't just necessarily intercede, but us bringing them in with this ceremony, with this respect, in the way that they love and enjoy and appreciate, would be great. Now, Latasha, this is going to be live, and it's going to be my Patreon starting at 7. Because of the sensitivity of us inviting our ancestors in, I can't do it recorded. Now, if you're on my Power Mastery and you go to my practice sessions, like our last practice session we did, we did learning how to speak to your spirit, and also clairvoyance. I started teaching people how to dig into their own clairvoyance practice, because I've been very open. I've had to work at it, but it's here now, right? And so those practice sessions I have every second Wednesday in the Patreon group, those are the audios recorded, so you can listen and you can learn. But because of the sensitive nature of inviting our ancestors in, like, I would highly, highly encourage you, if you can take one Wednesday and take an hour and a half off, just once, just to do it once. It's going to be sort of amazing, because they're going to step forward and you're going to see ancestors you've never seen before. And even if you're not clairvoyant, they come through. And it's really, really groundbreaking. And then not only that, it's just the power of the amplification of everything we're doing. It just gets fused times, I had to say 1,000%. Okay, Latasha. So this is for, yeah, because like I said, so it's just because of the ancestral aspect of it. It's very personal. And so I can't do the recording. So this will be a live. I might have it so everyone who participates might be able to get a link so that they can download it themselves. But like, you have to participate. So if your ancestors are, if you're in it and your ancestors are in it, then you can get a copy. If you'd like to revisit the power of that, the visualization, what they brought, what images and visions they gave you. All right, Haley. So I would love to see you guys. I'm about to jump off. We start this in about 5 minutes. I'm gonna put a link if you guys are interested. So you guys can do this. So this isn't just this week. We're going to do a monthly ancestral ceremonial manifestation circle. So if you can't, I highly advise you to find one day you can make it. I mean, I'm telling you, it's worth it. I am telling you, once you do this, you won't not do it anymore. You'll always do it this way. Um, so I highly recommend you do it. But if not, next month, so the fourth Wednesday of the month, that's what my Patreon. My Patreon is called Ancestral Power Mastery because I'm here because of my ancestors. I'm amplified because of my ancestors. I break through obstacles because of them. So I mean, it's just like honor the ancestors, and it's really good for those who wanted to start because yes, Latasha, it's worth it. I mean, you have to trust me when I say it's worth it. Come at least once. Come at least. You might cry. You might cry because it's really beautiful. Really, it's the most. I'll just give you like one of the ancestors who stepped forward for one of the girls because we're all in this circle together. They were doing things for all of us. So I would hold out my hands, and my ancestors actually poured water in all of our hands, right? And but for another girl, they were like cleansing our feet. They were like nurturing. It was beautiful. It was the most beautiful thing. Like who's done that for us? Who's done that, right? But our healthy ancestors who are awakened and enlightened, because that's who we call in our healthy ones. Uh, they bring us the love that we need in this life, right? I can't even describe the beauty. And so, because I saw what happened with my 5 week ancestral alchemy and my REI, I'm like, we need to do this every month. Not only for me, because our group visualization and group abundance, I mean, it's really amazing what it can do. It's just like a nice little uptick and on some very powerful. I mean, my ancestors along are pretty tough, but like our powers combined are amazing. So I just wanted to get the word out. I can't wait to see you guys. If you didn't see this at the beginning, go ahead and rewatch it. Love you. I gotta go and start the circle. It's very ceremonial, and I think you'll actually dig it because we just don't have ceremonies like that. And my knowledge comes straight from them. They're like, get this music, play this. This is how we do it. Make sure it's closed. And I'm like, okay, okay, all right. So I'm definitely being trained in the old ancient ways. And I mean, you got to share this. It can't just be me, right? And like I said, our group visualizations, our group manifestations, and the power of all of us combined makes my stuff more powerful. It shifts things more powerfully. So I mean, it's me and you. It's all of us, right? And just go ahead and go back. It's worth it. It's worth it. All right, guys, that was just a little taste of what happened last time. So each time we do it, I'll probably come back because out of all the things that I'm offering, this is honestly one of the ones that touch my heart the most because everyone needs to honor their ancestors, but they do such a wonderful job of like honoring us back. Like it's such a beautiful thing, and they're bringing back things that we've just never seen before. And it's nice to have that brought to the surface. And everyone's ancestors are different. So it's really cool to see what they bring when we include them in the ceremony. Okay. So love you guys, and I gotta go. But if you can't make it this Wednesday, try to make the second Wednesday practice session. So the next practice session for the Patreon group for Ancestral Power Mastery is clairvoyant manifestations and how to fix any and how to check and assess your manifestations clairvoyantly. And so it'll help you with your clairvoyance practice to be able to receive more visions from images and images from spirit and from ancestors, but also how to use that to assess. And I do this for my own stuff, my own, like if I'm like, oh, how is this? And how to see it, view it, assess it, and heal it and fix it in the spiritual so it manifests, but also know what you need to do to help increase or to add energy or to create the abundance you want. So that'll be a really cool deal. All right, I'm going for real this time. I put a link to the Patreon if you want to join. I highly, oh no, that's a YouTube video. Highly recommend it. That's all I can say. But I will be back maybe to whenever this happens and any breakthroughs or whatever or things we see that I think are just noteworthy and that I would love to share. Um, I'll be more than happy to share with everybody for those who can't make it. All right, and I am jumping off to start the Zoom. All right, bye guys.